You could be the smartest doctor in the room, but if it makes your patient feel uneasy, they'll trust you less. But here's the truth. You don't need perfect English or advanced vocabulary to build trust. You just need a few simple phrases that show empathy, clarity, and confidence. In this video, I'll share 5 phrases that instantly makes patients feel safe with you, even when your heart's racing and your voice is shaking. These are the same techniques that we in the Academy share with hospitals, institutions, research facilities, the same exact thing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Frustrated to Fluent. I'm Devin Bruce. I'm the founder and CEO of the English Communication Academy. We help non-native English speakers in healthcare communicate effectively with their patients, colleagues, and staff. And before we begin, I do have a free guide called 10 Healthcare Phrases Every Healthcare Professional Should Know. It's filled with practical tools to help you sound clear, calm, and professional in English. The link for that is in the description box below. Now, when you're speaking to a patient, especially in English, it's easy to focus on the right words that you forget what really matters, and that's connecting with the patient. Patients remember how you made them feel, not just what you said. And in healthcare, as you know, trust is literally everything. It affects how they follow instructions, how comfortable they feel asking you questions, and even how quickly they recover. But the good news here is that you don't have to speak perfectly in English. In order to be trusted, you need to sound present, caring, and clear. I have seen nurses with very strong accents calm patients down in seconds simply because their tone expressed empathy and warmth. And they knew simple phrases to help calm them down as well. So let's go through the 5 simple phrases to help you do exactly that. No fancy English, no overthinking, just real communication that builds trust fast. All right, let's get to it. Phrase number 1 is, I want to make sure you understand. This sentence, it does something really powerful. It shifts the focus from you to the patient. So instead of worrying, do I sound fluent? You're signaling your understanding matters to me. It shows humility without insecurity. And that's the key. You're inviting the patient into the conversation instead of lecturing them. Try it when explaining something like medication instructions or discharge plans. For example, I want to make sure that you understand when you take this medicine. Can you tell me what you'll do when you get home? Notice what happens. The patient repeats the plan, and when that happens, you confirm comprehension, and both sides feel more confident. It's clear, it's simple, and it's professional. Phrase number 2. Let me explain that more clearly. Many professionals freeze up when a patient looks confused, and that is completely understandable. Oftentimes, their mind goes blank, and then their voice tightens, and then they start thinking, oh no, I said it wrong. But this phrase, it flips that from panic to power. When you say, let me explain that more clearly, it tells your patient, you deserve to understand this, and I'm not done until you do. It also tells your brain, you know what? I'm still in control here. And the best part is that you don't need to apologize for your English. You simply adjust, clarify, and then continue. For example, if you start seeing that confused look, you can say, let me explain that more clearly. This medication reduces swelling, not pain. It's quick, it's confident, and it's caring. Phrase number 3. What questions do you have for me? Because notice I didn't say, do you have any questions? That version usually gets silence because it's easy to say no. But when you ask, what questions do you have for me? You assume they will have questions. That one small change makes patients feel safe to speak up. It's a phrase of respect, and it shows you value their voice, not just your explanation. Try using it at the end of your conversations. You can say something like, what questions do you have for me before we finish? It keeps the communication open, and it builds trust faster than any vocabulary list could. Phrase number 4. That's a good question. I love this one because it seems small, but It's your secret weapon for nervous speakers. Because when you acknowledge a question positively, you actually buy yourself time to think and it validates the patient. So instead of freezing or rushing to answer, take a breath and say, that's a good question. Let's go through it step by step. Or, that's a great question. Let me think about that for a second. It resets the pace. It also calms your mind and it tells the patient that they're not bothering you. You're helping them, give them the right information, because confidence, it isn't about knowing everything instantly. It's about handling uncertainty with grace. And finally, phrase number 5. I can understand this can feel overwhelming. This final phrase, it taps directly into empathy. Sometimes patients, they don't need more data, especially if you've given them a really hard diagnosis or really difficult instructions. They just need to feel seen. By naming the emotion, you bridge that distance between professional and person. You can say something like, I understand this can feel overwhelming. I know this is a lot of information at once. Many people feel the same way first. These phrases, it really grounds the conversation in humanity. And when patients, they sense your calm acknowledgement, their nervous system relaxes. Also, so does yours. When you are compassionate, it steadies the voice faster than any breathing trick. Now, the best way to utilize these phrases is try not to use them all at once or use them like a checklist. Instead, focus on the intention. Use 1 or 2 phrases in your next patient conversation and notice what happens. Your speech will slow down, your tone softens, and your patients mirror back to you. And over time, you won't need to remember them because they'll just simply become a part of how you communicate. Because I want you to remember something. Trust is not built on perfect grammar. It's built on connection. These 5 phrases help you sound more confident, more compassionate, and clear, even when you're nervous. And listen, you are doing great work. You're showing up and you're watching these videos. Keep going. You've got this. All right. If this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe. I am on a mission to close the language gap in healthcare. So if you could share these with other non-native English speakers in healthcare, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you want some more quick fixes, don't forget to download my free guide. The link for that is in the description box below. It goes over 10 healthcare phrases that every professional should know. It talks about when to use it, when not to use it, how to use the right tone, the right pacing. It gives you real world English that you can start using today. And if you liked this video, check these other ones out too. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care.